Hi everyone, welcome to Lex Divination. Welcome back to another Peacock card reading. I hope that my video finds you very well today. I just wanted to take a little bit of your time to let you know how thankful I am to each and every one of you that is supporting the channel in any way by liking the videos, by subscribing, by booking private readings, by just sharing your story. Thank you so much. It is such a pleasure to be able to share my passion with you. And thank you for letting me be part of your journey. And thank you so much for being part of my journey. And thank you for helping me realize my dreams and for just making my life better. Thank you so much to each and every one of you once again. With that being said, guys, let's get going with the piles. Hi pile number 1, welcome back to Lex Divination. If you pick the rose quartz, this is your pile. And today I'm going to be using a couple of oracle decks and a couple of tarot decks as well. And our topic is, what does your crush find attractive about you? And we're also going to do like a little checkup on the connection. So let's see, what does your crush find attractive about you? Pile number 1. Let's see. Get the 7 of Cups. The 3 of Wands. It's too many. The nerve. Too many. Just the Moon. That's such a beautiful card. I love it. It's one of my favorite ones of this deck. The Queen of Swords. Okay, so I'm gonna start. I already have like an image of what this person finds attractive about you. At first, I feel like your person really likes your leadership, but there's like this leadership in you that is compassionate. There's something about the way that you stand out that is very feminine, but is also quiet. It's got a lot of definition. It's got a lot of shape. You know, I sense like a very feminine energy. But I don't sense kind of like a ditzy energy. This is like a feminine energy that's very intelligent, that's very compassionate, that's kind of like a jack of all trades. Someone that is probably capable of doing several things very well, you know, so a highly intelligent person with the Moon and with the Queen of Swords. And with the 3 of Wands and the 7 of Cups, I feel like you have the ability to really envision what you want, envision your projects, envision your goals, and go towards these things in a very kind of like methodical way. And you also seem to me through the cards like you're someone that is very willing to put in the work to make their dreams happen. There's something about you that is also very intuitive. This person likes the fact that they don't need to tell you everything for you to understand beyond the obvious, beyond the visible. There's something about you that just knows things. So this is that side of you that's connected to like some sort of feminine energy that is very intuitive and very trusting of that intuition as well. This person likes your hands as well. I'm seeing like just the hands stand out here. Yeah, this person thinks that you have like very delicate kind of skin, like your skin looks looked after. This person likes this contrast in you between being like, sometimes because you have a lot of passion, and I also feel like you're quite I don't know if positive is the word necessarily, but it's kind of like determined. That's the word, determined. You're a very determined person, and you trust your gut instinct as well. And this person likes this confidence that you have. They like your confidence. They like your ability to follow your intuition and to stand your ground, but also to do it in a way that is cautious and tactful. So I'm gonna use the Sex Magic tarot deck. I won't be able to show you all of the pictures because of the artwork, but I want to see more like physical traits, and I feel like this deck will give me that, so that's why I'm gonna use it. I'm just not picking them yet. Still shuffling. I have the mini version as well, so it's like they're so tiny. That's enough. So we got the 7 of Wands. I think this is the first time that I get someone liking this in a reading. This is why I can't show you. I'm like, wow. Right, this just fell on the floor, but my tradition is to not consider the cards that reach the floor. So I'm putting it back. That's the rule that I have for myself. You got the moon again, but right under the other moon from the other tarot deck. Wow. Six of Pentacles. So the first thing that I get here is that your person really likes your back. I don't know why, or I don't know how, but like they like this part of you, you know, like there's something about your back that they really like, you know. Whichever shape you are, they kind of like the shape of your back, like right above your waist, your shoulders as well. Like there's just something about the way maybe you look, there's something about your chest. So for some girls, they might have like wide shoulders and like a smaller kind of like torso, or like you might have like a lot of meat around here, you know, like there's just something specific to this area that they really like. Your mouth. They really like your mouth and your teeth as well. I'm seeing. They like your hairstyle as well. Whatever you have in your hair, they really like it. But more than the hair, like I'm sure they like the hair as well. But they also like your haircut. This person looks at you a lot when from behind, like when you're not looking. I have a feeling that they might not like look at you as much when you're like facing them, but either they look a lot at your pictures, or when you have your back towards them, then they take like that time to admire you. They also like your chest, like this area, you know? This person is attracted to like feminine bodies. So like, for example, if you have curves, they really like this. Anything that just makes a body look more feminine in their eyes. So it could be like very slender people, you know, or it could be girls that if you have like more meat, then it would be like your curves, you know. But anything that enhances like the feminine attributes of the body, they're into this, you know. This person likes that you are that you might bring the mood up of other people sometimes. Like they really enjoy this. They like to look at you when you're not looking. I can see that. I can really see it. And they like your cheeks as well. I saw it. Yeah, this person likes curves. I'm feeling like if you have meat, like they really like this. If you have like thick thighs, they like this. If you have big boobs, like they like this. They like this like abundance kind of look, you know. And if you're not like on that body shape, then there's something about you that's like luscious and feminine, you know, like extra feminine. And like they really like this. So it could be like your hair is just extra healthy, or like your waist is like extra small. But if you're like meatier, then it's like your curves, like they love the curves in your thighs. And like I can see it here in the cards. All the cards are showing me thighs here. If you've worn skirts around this person, then I also feel like they like that, you know. Yeah, I feel like this person likes very like feminine people. Yeah, that like people that are proud to show like their bodies, like confident, you know how I was talking about your confidence. If you dress confidently as well, and if you feel confident in your body regardless of the shape, they love this, you know. They also think that you have good taste and you know what to wear. I'm gonna get some astrology cards as well, just so I can see, just so I can get a bit more info about your personality. Sorry, I just saw something. What is that? Anyhow. Spiritual growth with the house, with the 9th house. Sextile, a combination of tension and flow, potential and a rewarding situation. House 7, profound relationships, intimacy and romantic partnerships. Trine, angelic support, harmony and perfect flow. You have this energy of like, the show must go on. Like, whatever happens in life, we have to like find a way forward, you know. Like, you have limits. It gets to a point where you're like, right, this cannot keep going like it's going. And I feel like for your person, I think they really like the fact that you trust your intelligence, that you trust yourself. It makes them trust you when you see yourself, when they see you trusting yourself. And this person likes the fact that you create like very real bonds with people as well. You might like to just have like very gregarious relationships with people. They like this as well. They find you very gregarious, yes. I also feel like being gregarious comes with a bit of confidence. This person likes also how you manage to get yourself out of situations that are difficult and how you find the most peaceful way forward for yourself. And this person also likes the fact that you try to align with your values. They find that you are a very principled person, and they like the fact that you follow these values, that you try to align your activities and what you say and the way you act, and how you try to align that to your goals, and how you try to act in a congruent way, you know. So you're not someone that goes around maybe criticizing a type of behavior and then you're like presenting the same. No, I feel like you're a very congruent person, very genuine, you know, and that it's very like you're a very clear person, very transparent, yes, very like they feel like they know who they're dealing with when they are with you. And the times that they see something that's like out of place, they know that there's a reason behind it. And lastly, I will use, oh, my favorite oracle, is so beautiful. My Oracle of Delphi, the Spanish one. Yeah, this person feels like I see several beings with wings now that I'm looking at the cards here. This is weird, but maybe this person has dreamt about you sometimes, or they feel like there is something about you that sees the bigger picture. And this must come with like your intelligence. But you see the bigger picture and you are in tune with the bigger picture. But you also manage to balance that with your ability to move through your environment peacefully, you know. And when you're not being peaceful, it's because you're fighting for that peace. That's kind of what I feel. You like balanced, fair environments, and you will be very outspoken about that when necessary. This person finds you they think you're a very good communicator. So we get la tranquilidad. This is what I was talking about peace. I feel like you're someone that looks for peace wherever they go. You know, and if that's not okay, you are not okay. And you will be outspoken about that. You're a protector of peace and intelligence. Because they kind of go hand in hand, I feel. La indiscreción. Indiscretion. So I was feeling with this that you can be a very outspoken person when necessary. And I feel like sometimes you can make some statements that are quite bold, but quite real, you know, like a very real person. And I feel like this person admires that. It might scare them a little bit, but they really admire it. So yeah, it's this combination of like, I will be peaceful, but if I have to speak up about what I don't agree with, like, I will do it. Kind of vibe. La esperanza. Yeah, you have the ability to, that means hope, by the way. You have the ability to envision a brighter future when you're in a dark place. And you let that vision guide you through problems. Or that can be your principles or your values. You let that guide you through the problems. And you look for these values in your environment wherever you go. This person, once again, they really like your intelligence and protection. La protección. I was feeling like when your environment is not peaceful and you have to like speak up about stuff, that you feel very protective over tranquility and human development, I feel, and just the well-being of people in general, and your own well-being most importantly. And you will protect that with a lot of tact, with a lot of arguments, solid arguments, and calmly as well. And this sends out like a very confident kind of aura, but not cocky, you know, not kind of like, oh, here I am, you know. It's like, I know what I stand for. I've been following these values for many years. I know how to recognize them, and I know how to recognize when an environment doesn't have them, and I know what it does to people when an environment doesn't have peace or intelligence or any values. And I will not agree with this. Like, that's your vibe, I feel. And lastly, I want to see where your connection is. Ace of Swords. Knight of Cups. Three of Cups, Death, bottom of the deck, Ten of Wands. And I'm going to use this little oracle here. It has like concepts. I've used it before on the channel. What do you need more of to assist this connection? Get freedom, spontaneity, and good wishes. Okay, so the state of the connection right now, I feel like the foundation of your feelings for each other is very good, is very pure, and it's very just, it's one of those connections that it just happens. You just feel this vibe with someone, you know. I do feel a little bit of shyness from both your sides with the Knight of Cups. Also with the Three of Cups, because of the way the lady's like standing there, like cover. I don't want to show it too close in case, you know, that nudity thing. But yeah, I feel like there's a degree of shyness between you two. There's a desire to want to communicate more, but at the same time there's also a desire to not want to push this. And I feel like slowly you will both be learning how to just let this connection flow a little bit and let the universe kind of like put you on the same spot at times without you planning it, you know. One of you is undergoing a painful transformation with Death and the Ten of Wands. Okay, one of you is going through a painful ending. I have a feeling it's your person, to be honest, because when I ask about you, you seem in a very like good state, to be honest, and I feel like your person might be going through some sort of ending in their life, or just a tough period at the minute. And I feel like with I got Death, Ten of Wands, that to me is like the ending kind of energy. And then I get freedom, spontaneity, and good wishes. I feel like your person might want to end things properly, where whatever problem they're having, whatever cycle they're ending, they want to deal with this first, and then they would feel free to just like be spontaneous and do what they want, because right now they feel a bit restricted to like communicate and a bit awkward, and they don't want to be like disrespectful to you or like to themselves or to whoever is involved in this ending. So I feel like they want to free themselves first before being more spontaneous and before maybe like materializing more of their feelings for you. Okay, so this is all I have for you, palm number one. I hope that you enjoyed this reading. Please, if you want, feel free to like, share, subscribe, and share your story down below in the comments. If you would like to book a private reading with me, I will leave all the details down below in the description box. Thank you so much for joining me here once again, and I hope to see you back soon. Take care. Bye-bye. Hi, palm number two. Welcome back to Lex Divination. If you pick the beautiful Peacock Ore, this is your pile. Oh, I love the stone. It's just so magnificent. Like, hello. Look at it. So gorgeous. One of my favorite stones ever. Anyways, today's topic is, what does your crush find attractive about you? And we're also going to do a little check on the connection. I'm using a couple of tarot decks and some oracles as well. But I will start with the tarot reading, asking what they find attractive about you. Let's see. order. Okay. I was a bit hyper-focused on shuffling. Let's see. What does pile number 2's person find attractive about them? And you get Justice. Three of Swords. Knight of Swords. The Magician. This energy is pretty badass, I have to say. I'll get one more. And the Empress. This is like, just like pile 1, it was like a super badass person. Like, and this person is like super badass as well. Cool, I like this vibe. So pile number 2. Your person finds you very brave. Very brave. I don't know what you're doing, but you are very brave. They also find you extremely principled. Very serious. Very ambitious. Very straight to the point. There's something about you that just intimidates them a bit. But I think they like this feeling because I feel like your person knows a lot of people. And they don't often feel intimidated by someone. I think it takes a lot, but it's not intimidating like as in there are traits in you that scare me. No, there are traits in you that just make me have a lot of respect for you, kind of vibe. If you feel like something needs to be transformed, you will find a way to transform that, even if it's going in the complete opposite direction of where you were going. You know yourself very, very well. And you're someone that really creates big opportunities for themselves. And you are someone that can be very giving, but you can also take everything. And you're very wise in choosing who you do this with, how you do it. And I feel like what you have to give to someone is very, very valuable. And you know when to remove that from a place as well. And you know that that will also have an impact on a situation and kind of like give a message to people. So you can be very giving, but also when you're not being appreciated somewhere, you take that away and you understand the consequence that will have, and you use that in some way to deliver a message to your environment. There's something about you that can be a bit merciless. There's, at times, your words can be very powerful. They can really cut deep as well. You can also, this person I see a little bit angry and like they like this. They've liked seeing you like that. I don't know why you've done. But they like how you can just get on with things, you know. They like how you can move forward so ferociously and so fearlessly. You know, they admire your fearlessness. And there's like this really nice balance between your feminine side and your masculine side. And you really kind of like use both energies on demand. They just find you powerful, you know, they find you very powerful. This person is attracted to powerful people, and they do find you very powerful. But there's also this element from this person that looks at you and it's like, this person has something, but I don't know exactly what it is. But they just have like some sort of strength, some sort of like it quality, you know? They're like, they have these traits that like scare me a little bit, but they also have these traits that just embellish everything and like nurture everything, and that just make everything grow. So you can be a giver and a receiver. You can be like the sun, you can be the day and the night. You can be both and on demand. So the power, like imagine if you could like choose when it's day and when it's night on demand. That's the kind of power that they feel from you, you know? For some of you, I see some artists here. They really like this as well. And physically, let's see what I'm seeing here. You're modest. I don't feel like you're a girl that needs to like go around really showing a lot of their body to look fabulous. You might have a very good sense of style. Your shoes. I like your shoes. I feel like you're very detail oriented as well. Like very attractive. But in a natural way, and in like a kind of like not too feminine but not masculine either. Like there's a little bit of like a very, very nice balance between both your energies. If this person has ever seen your writing or you send them a letter or something, they really admire it as well. Okay, I will have a look. So I want to see some more physical like qualities, but I will have to use my 6 magic tarot, and I will not be able to show you really the cards because of the artwork. So let's see. I'm gonna look at more physical attributes with this. You have a lot of energy and like a lot of like force, you know, like you enter a room and like you command that energy, you know. Okay. I can actually show you this card. You got Justice right underneath the first Justice. This is insane. I also had this with the previous pile. They got the moon underneath the moon. Like, I'm like, man, I feel sometimes so surprised by the universe. I'm like, man, the possibilities, you know? That's insane. The Tower. I can't show you that card. Queen of Cups. This is a nice card. I don't think I need to say much. strength. This is it. You grab the bull by the horns. Well, the warthog in this case. But you really grab the bull by the horns. You're like, I'm the boss bitch here. Like, kind of vibe, I feel. That's really cool. And 3 of Pentacles. I think I can show you that one. Okay, your legs. First thing I see, your legs. They really like your legs. Okay. Jewelry. If you wear jewelry, they really like this as well. There's something about you that just looks wealthy, I feel. Like a bit exclusive. Like a bit regal, like a bit I'm a bad bitch, like, you know. Your size. This person, I don't know if for some of you may be like significantly shorter, and they really like this. Like, I feel like there's someone that likes to feel like bigger than like their partner, you know, like they can protect them, and they really like this. But it's such a nice combination that like they feel like also a little bit intimidated by you. So it's like, I want to protect you, but also I know you will put me in my place, kind of vibe. And they really like this combination. It's like, oh, you're so like cute, but there's so much fire in there, you know, like they find this combination very attractive. They like your eyebrows as well. And you may have like a very serious face. Yeah. I feel like at times you can look very serious and they like this. Yeah, there's something about you that like always looks like you're dealing with something. You always look like you're on a mission. Like there's something that you're just like, you know, working on. Okay, that's what I see here. Now I'm gonna pull some astrology cards to just get some more details on your personality. Okay. You get House 11, friends, like-minded groups, and humanitarian beliefs. Sextile, a combination of tension and flow, potential, and a rewarding situation. Trine, angelic support, harmony, and perfect flow. House 5, passion, play, children, confidence, and creativity. I'll get one more. House 7, profound relationships, intimacy, and romantic partnerships. I feel like you're an intense person. Okay, but I feel like you have the ability to keep a lid on that. Unless someone has hurt you. If someone has hurt you, I feel like you're merciless, you know? And sometimes this can look a bit chaotic, but behind that there's always like an underlying cause that's very significant, you know. I feel like you get close to people, like you really try to see people for who they are and try to connect with them in a very real way. So you don't feel that someone being shitty to you. Oh, sorry. You don't feel like someone being like, you know, just not nice to you is justified, because I feel like you always give people the chance to be kind to you, to be nice to you, because you are that to them. Then if someone is not like that to you, then you're like, that's it, man. Like, I gave you no reason to be like this with me. That's it. I feel like you're very ambitious. And you're always trying to find ways on how to increase this. How to get closer to your goals. And you work hard at thinking about it, you know, and you work hard at on your projects and stuff. Yeah, and I feel like you're very popular as well. I feel like a lot of people talk to you. Okay. Now I'm gonna get some oracles from my favorite oracle at the minute. Some cards have nudity, so I'm not gonna show them, but many of them do. You get la ociosidad, which means idleness. El impulso inicial, which means the initial impulse. Amor singular, which means singular love. And vanity, la vanidad. Under the Empress. So I feel like you are someone that likes to be admired, and this person does admire you. I feel like a little bit of a worship vibe from this person. Like they look at you, they're like, you know, like in awe, but also like so much respect, and at times a little bit of fear. Like, whoa, this girl, like, and I feel like you don't let like people get easily to you, you know, like it's like, well, you like me, you're gonna have to like work for it, you know, kind of vibe. I'm not gonna just give it to you, you know. I feel they like this as well. They find you challenging, you know, and I think they really enjoy this. They feel like you've got drive, like you've got initiative as well. And they like the fact that you don't chase, probably because they know that you have initiative, and they know that you like to start things, or that you have no problem in like starting a project, or having the initiative of like, okay guys, let's get up, let's do something, blah blah blah, you know, like that kind of vibe. But in love, you let the other person come to you. I feel like you have a lot of self-worth, and like you've got a lot of self-respect, and you let people come to you. And with idleness, I feel like there's not a lot that entertains you, you know. I've got this, like, I've seen it all kind of vibe. And I feel like this person likes that kind of like, they like thinking like, oh, maybe they like me. But maybe they don't, because they're just fabulous men, and like, you know, maybe they just don't. And I think they've been very used to being very good at reading people, and with you, they may not be able to read you 100% of times. And this challenge, they like challenges. They like big challenges. So there is something in you that represents a big challenge for this person that they really like. Now I want to see where your connection is at. Not ready yet. Ten of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles, Page of Swords, and Temperance. So I'll show you. Ten of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles, Page of Swords, and Temperance. I feel like one of you, or maybe both of you, are really working on your 3D kind of world. And you may not be like fully focusing on love, you know, or you're working on plans, or you're traveling, you know. There's something about the 3D, and maybe for some of you, like family even, that you are, you know, dealing with right now. I feel that there's things that you're dealing with here on this plane. And you're kind of like, right, if this person doesn't come to me and they don't talk much to me, then that's it, you know. Like, I feel like you're someone that lets them come to you, and you respond accordingly. You know, that's how you are. With Temperance, I feel like there is some sort of communication with your person. If there isn't, then there's a lot of thoughts being directed towards this person. For some of you, you may write these things down as well, with the Page of Swords and Temperance. They're both cards of communication. But I also feel like you're both looking at the situation, your situationship, in like a very critical way, and trying to find all the points on how this could go wrong, and maybe acting on that basis. You know, on the basis of, I will act as if this was not gonna work, so I will not give a lot. This is the vibe that I feel here. You're both trying to be balanced, and you both care about how the other one perceives the other one, and they're like, right, like, I know I'm intense, but I want to come across as balanced kind of vibe, you know. Which I think is normal. I also try to seem a little bit more normal than I am when I meet people, I guess, even though sometimes I can't hide it. But yeah, this is kind of what I see. Like, you guys care about the image that the other one has of the other, and you want to like look well put together, and you want to look balanced, and like you're not desperate, but then you're both doing this and trying to look at the situation in a very critical way. So I don't imagine there's like a lot of actual movement forward. Maybe in your personal lives, yes, with your material like things that you're dealing with. But with the relationship, there might be like some communication, but It's not maybe too much, and it's not like super detailed. But it means a lot with Temperance being here. This communication means a lot, so don't like underestimate it, I would say. And lastly, I want to ask, what could you have more in this connection that could help you? Got knowledge, flexibility, and introvertedness. Yes, so I was feeling like you're both looking at this from a critical point of view, and you care about how the other one looks, so you both want to look a certain way. So with flexibility, that gives me the sensation that you guys need to maybe not be so concerned with how you come across. Yeah, because this lack of flexibility is not allowing the connection to flow, I feel, at times. With knowledge, I do also feel like you need to get to know each other a bit better. I was feeling this from the cards, like some sort of distance between you, some sort of wall, or just the possibility to get to know each other a bit better. Absolutely. Then we got introvertedness. Yeah, I do feel like you project maybe onto each other. So maybe it would be useful to like look at yourself and say, right, why is this connection not moving forward? What am I doing about this? You know, what am I presenting to the other person? You know, to maybe just reflect more on how you're being perceived, and the relationship between the image that you are giving out and the relationship between the image that you're giving off and the way you're being perceived. You know, like, oh, I thought I was doing this because I wanted to seem well put together, but maybe it's giving off like a vibe that I'm being very distant. That's an example. I'm not saying that's what you're doing, but it's an example. So this is all I have for you, pile number 2. I hope that you enjoyed this reading as much as I did. It was really different, really cool. So thank you so much. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Also, if you would like to book a private reading with me, I will leave the details in the description box down below. And thank you so much for joining me here once again. I hope to see you back on the next video. Take care. Bye-bye. Hi, pile number 3. Welcome to Lex Divination. Welcome back to another Peacock card reading. I hope that you're having a wonderful day today. Our topic for this reading is, what does your crush find attractive about you? And we're also going to do a little checkup on the connection. I've got a couple of tarot decks, a couple of oracle decks as well. And if you pick the blue Onyx, this is your pile. Let's see, pile number 3. I'm going to start with the tarot reading first, and we're going to see what your person finds attractive about you. Okay, let's see. You get the Page of Wands, the Ten of Cups, the Ace of Swords, Justice, the Magician, and the Hangman. This one just jumped out. So pile number 3, I think your person finds that you have like a very nice balance between being very loving and being very passionate and warm towards people, and also very smart. They find you to be a very, very balanced person, that you are very consequent with the things that you say to people, that you're very cautious with how you express yourself, and that you gently shape your life with your intelligence. And they find this very beautiful. There is like a softness to you. There is some sort of gentleness to you. And you have like this ability to move forward in life patiently, kindly. They find that you are a very giving person, very, very giving. I don't know if they have, I don't feel like this person has maybe seen this themselves, but they have heard from other people how caring you are. They have talked to other people around you, and they are aware that you're very, very kind. If you guys, like if your environments are not mixed, then I feel like your person is very aware that you can be very compassionate with other people, even if you haven't like explicitly said it to them. I think just from knowing a little bit about you, they are very aware that you are someone that deals with others in a very like conscious way, and that you understand how words and actions can build someone and help them grow, or they can destroy someone, and you deal with this energy very gently in your life. They also find that you're a very fair person, very impartial in general. And let me see what I see physically here. They like your hair color. They also find that you have like a very unique perspective in life, maybe a very like unique sense of humor as well, like very quirky, but also like a bit intellectual. And they find you very witty. They find you very adventurous as well, like you like to explore people and you like to explore the world. They also feel like people look up to you. There might be people around you that look up to you. For some of you, it might be your children. They admire the way that you show your children compassion and how you teach them about the world. How caring you are, how attentive you are, how patient you are with them. And if it's not children, it could be like your colleagues or just other family relatives, or it could be friends as well. They find that you're not easy to influence. This is something that they like as well. They find you to be very, very authentic. And they also like the fact that you have like a lot of projects going on maybe, or you have like a lot of plans that have not come to fruition, and they like being part of this kind of like beginning state of your projects. They feel very excited on your behalf, and they find it really cool that after everything that you have been through, that you have still found a way to keep developing yourself mentally and spiritually. They find you bright. They find that you're like refreshing, and when you enter a room, you're like bubbly and like happy, you know, and like you just brighten up the mood in a room. If anything, sometimes they may find you a little bit like they see all of this, but they may struggle maybe to get to know you a bit better. Like they've seen that you're very positive, very balanced, very caring, but I have a feeling that this person may not know you that well, like intimately, maybe. I mean, as in getting to know you personally over time. So now I'm going to pull some cards out from the Six Magic Tarot. I may not be able to show you all of the cards because of the artwork, but whoops. But I may be able to show you some of them. I have the mini deck, by the way. It's so tiny. I just find tiny things funny. I don't know. Okay, let's see. What does your person find attractive about you? So we get the Fool. I can show you that one. The Queen of Wands. Oh, my nose. Ah, I got itchy. The Page of Wands. That's weird. I was just looking at the Page of Wands, and then we got the Page of Wands, and also you get the Fool underneath the Page of Wands. I'm gonna show you. They're both like holding sticks, like ready for the adventure in the woods. So there's something about you that's like, yeah, let's go out, let's like get to see the world, let's hang out after work, you know, like that kind of vibe. Very like, I'm ready for the world, I'm ready to see the beauty, I'm ready to see nature, I'm ready to like just see something new, you know, like very beautiful soul. Nine of Wands. The Empress. Oh, my nose getting so itchy when you're reading. Oh. And the Hierophant. Okay, so what I'm seeing here is physically at first. It is quite obvious at first. Boobs. Yes. Your hands as well. I have a feeling that this person has imagined you like touching them, like here, like just on their body, but like, yeah, I have a feeling that they daydream about like your touch, you know. Your clothes as well, you look very pretty. I think you have a very, very pretty style. Your hair, I feel like it's long or like with a lot of volume, like luscious hair. You may wear like different hairstyles at times, like very original hairstyles, but very feminine. I also see a lot of flowery clothes here. Your bum. I see two women here with flowers in her hair. You may just really, really like flowers. They like your eyes. I feel like for some people, for some of you, you may have like small eyes, like when you smile, like they get small or something like that. They also like when you speak with people, like you look at them, like you get really like engulfed and in people's presence when you speak to them. But this person's a bit shy, I feel. Like in all the cards I see the man like, I see like the woman like very like this, and the man is like just looking at her like, you know. They like that you're friendly as well. For some of you, maybe you've moved around. Maybe you've lived in different countries and they really, really like this. Maybe some of you speak several languages. They really find this attractive as well. I see a few snakes here as well. And weirdly, like, I was looking at this earlier. If you see the Hanged Man in this card, obviously he's hanging from his left foot. And here the Fool also has a snake wrapped around his foot. And here, I'll cover the boobies. There's another snake. There. You know what? I'm actually still studying the meaning of snakes in spirituality. Because they have several meanings. Like, I'm still finding that in different cultures, they mean completely different things. Like, one culture will be like, this is evil, and the other culture will be like, it's renewal, and the other culture is like, it's a blessing. And I'm like, oh, what is it? To me, looking at the Empress, the Hangman, and the Fool, there are three major arcanas that have this snake symbolism. To me, it feels like power acquired through intelligence and power acquired through people that have made decisions that are important to them. You know, like the Fool has made the decision to embark on a new adventure. The Empress has made the decision to lead, you know, in a very feminine energy, but lead at the end of the day. And the Hangman has made the decision to like stand still and look at things. They're all people that have made like strong decisions to kind of like stand their ground on something. So I feel like you have very, very well-formed opinions on life. You know, even though you might be very soft-spoken, I feel like you are very wise and you Even though you seem gentle, you have very, very solid opinions on people. They also feel like you're a very committed person, committed to your responsibilities, committed to your projects, committed to your family. You know, they like this. I'm going to pull some astrology cards to get some more info about your personality. Oh. The first card is mutable, surrender, fluidity, and welcoming change. Trine, angelic support, harmony, and perfect flow. House 5, passion, play, children, confidence, and creativity. Oh, you have such a lovely energy. I feel like you're a very sweet person. House 2, physical security, possessions, material values, and self-worth. I'll get one more. House 6, establishing a foundation, health, daily life, and practical details. So I feel like you're someone that has a lot of commitments already in life. Yeah, I feel like you... For many of you, I think you will have a family, or like your family will be super important to you. I also feel like for you, creating foundations has been very important in order to secure your loved ones as well. Maybe your career has been very important, like your commitments have been very important because they have allowed you to expand yourself. And in the case that you have family, to grow your family and to look after them as well. But I feel like you're very grounded. I feel like you know very well where you're going, and I feel like you have had this since you were young. Like a very clear vision of where you're going in life. Some sort of mission and some sort of role in your community or with your friends or within your family. A role that you have always fulfilled since you were young and that you still enjoy fulfilling. I also feel like you like exploring creativity with your loved ones. So now I'm going to use my Oracle of Delphi, my favorite oracle, to find out what this person likes about you a bit more, what they find attractive about you. Let's see. You get La Esperanza, hope. I feel like you're a very positive person. Like you've had to stay strong. Like you had no choice. La Misiva, which means like news, you know. El Ángel de la Bondad, the angel of like charity, I would say, or goodness. La Determinación, determination, and la intuición, intuition. Yeah, look, this is very specific. I feel like for many of you, there's like two kids around. Like I'm feeling that child energy very strongly around you. And look here, there's 2 women on the 2 different cards with 2 children. I feel like you're a fierce matriarch. Very loving. I feel like you are on another level of like divine feminine energy, like looking after your loved ones, being committed to your responsibilities, being positive, being hopeful, loving life. You know, I feel like you're just one of those women that's like, wow, you know. And if you're not a woman, I feel like you're one of these people that is just so positive and they have their life like together. And you're like the kind of person that I personally would look at you and I'll be like, how can they have everything so well put together in their lives, you know, with all of these responsibilities? Like, I feel like you really are an object of admiration in your environment, and that a lot of people have so much respect for you, for what you do for yourself, for your family, for those who are in that setting. And I feel like you like sharing with people as well. I feel like you're very generous with people. And as I was saying earlier, I feel like you have a very clear picture of what life is about since you were very, very young. And then we got determination here and intuition. Like, you have followed this call since you were very, very young. A call on how to be a certain person, how to be this person that I've been talking about through the cards to you. And I will have a look with my tarot at how your connection is doing. Oh, okay, let's see. What's the state of your connection with your person, pile number 3? Seven of Swords. Four of Pentacles. King of Cups. The Devil. Oh, there's 2 cards here. 8 of Pentacles. And Page of Cups. Okay, so I feel like there are obstacles in your environment that are not like allowing you to fully express how you're feeling about each other. So this could be a work connection or something like that, and I feel like the desire is quite big, but I also feel like the feelings are really being held back, and actions are being held back. A lot is being like repressed, but there's a lot of feelings and a lot of desire with the King of Cups and the Devil, you know. But I also feel like you're both trying to manage this as responsibly as possible and as calmly as possible. I feel like you will have to talk to this person at some point for something. Okay. Yeah, I feel like you guys feel shy around each other. You know, there's like, there may not be a lot of communication. But in the center is the King of Cups and the Devil. So there's a lot of desire and a lot of feelings as well. But everything is being held back, as I said. And this will take a little bit longer to like relax, you know, if this is like some sort of tension that you have going on. It would take a bit. Yeah, that's kind of what I see. I'm trying to see if I can read more into it, but really that's it there. And I also want to ask, what do you guys need in your connection to do better? Generosity. It's too many. Introspection. And humility. Okay, there may be some sort of like power play here. Very subtle. You may not really notice it a lot. But I do feel like one of you is like a bit self-aware or self-conscious about feeling like less than. You know, like, yeah, I feel like one of you could feel a little bit like, I don't know, let's say if it's at work, it's your boss, you know, you feel like a bit awkward than like one of you, like that he's in like a higher position or something like that, you know. And it may be evoking feelings of like, I wish I was more kind of thing for one of you, whoever's occupying whichever position. Weirdly, I got generosity here with the Four of, underneath the Four of Pentacles. Look at him. He seems a bit greedy to me. You know, and the Four of Pentacles is about someone that's holding on to like their things, you know. And then underneath you got generosity. So I feel like you guys maybe need to be more generous with your truth. Maybe you're just not being like honest about you just wanting to be nice to each other, you know. I understand if maybe there are obstacles that need to be respected. I get that, but you can still be like polite with each other. And if it's not that, then yeah, I feel like one of you may be a little bit like self-conscious about giving too much of themselves or something like that. They're just a little bit wounded, I feel, maybe, and like the giving aspect of the connection is just still wounded and needs a bit of healing from whichever part this comes from. Someone needs to look inside. I feel like one of you has been so hurt that they've put themselves like above and like, oh, no one can reach me here. Like, I'm safe here in this position, looking like down on everyone, you know. So one of you, whoever's doing this, they need to like just take some time to look at this, to understand where it comes from, to understand how it feels. Does it feel good? Does it feel bad to be above everyone else or to be separate from everyone else, you know? It gives me that vibe that someone may have suffered so much that they're putting like this wall between them and the world, and at times they maybe feel proud of having this wall, but actually the universe is asking for a little bit of introspection in this situation, some humility and accepting that you know, you are equal to other people that are nice to you, and when people are not nice to you, then it's not your environment, you know. But not everyone, there's an environment out there for this person, if this you or them, you know. Anyways, I'm trying to come up with something else. Yeah, I feel actually that with humility, there's nothing wrong with being humble. You know, I feel like someone maybe feel a little bit like, well, if I show myself too humble, then I lose respect, or I lose this opinion from people, or blah, blah, blah. And it's like, humility will make you usually gain more respect. Humility is not being a fool. It doesn't mean you're not going to speak up when you need to. But it's just appreciating everyone that's helped you get wherever you need to get. And if there's any disagreement, to resolve it like calmly, you know. So this is all I have for you, pile number 3. I hope that you enjoyed this reading. Thank you so much for visiting my channel once again. If you want to share your story, please feel free to do so down below in the comments. Thank you for sharing, liking, and subscribing to my channel. Also, if you would like to book a private reading, I will leave all the details down below in the description box. Thank you so much, guys, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.